broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the Provincial Agricultural and Fishery Council PAFC of Albay is aiming for the National Outstanding Council Award, focusing on efficient and impactful resolution crafting this year. During the recent national validation for the award, PAFC Chairperson Rene A. de los Reyes emphasized that crafting significant resolutions is one of the key criteria for achieving this recognition. The Council has already crafted 51 resolutions, including 31 policy and 7 adopted resolutions, addressing the needs of the agricultural and fisheries sectors in the province. One of the adopted resolutions is seeking assistance for farmers in the municipality of Tui who were affected by the African swine fever outbreak. The Council's performance was also evaluated based on its various meetings and advocacy efforts by the National Technical Committee of the Philippine Council for Agriculture and Fisheries. In other story, the provincial government of Albay plans to extend the Albay Farmers Bounty Village AFBVL to the first district to enhance accessibility for Albayanos and bolster the province's agricultural sector. The extension is proposed through an ordinance titled an ordinance establishing the Provincial Organic Vegetables and Experimental Station, Farm School and Assessment Center in Buang, Tabaco City for other purposes. First District's Board Member Attorney Gina Maria Onrubia de la Cruz stated that the station would serve as an extension of AFBVL, advancing Albay's agriculture and fisheries sectors by creating a space to address the needs of farming communities. De la Cruz emphasized that a station would showcase innovative agricultural technologies and best farming practices, serving as a learning hub for students, startup farmers, farming enthusiasts, fisher folk, and indigenous people, offering various training programs. The ordinance supporting the establishment of the station is currently on its third and final reading in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Albay. In the national scene, one of the 7 officials from the office of the Vice President connected to allegations of government fund misuse has left the Philippines for Los Angeles. During the hearing last Tuesday, House Committee Secretary Cheryl Grosas reported that Attorney Zulica Lopez departed on a Philippine Airlines flight on Monday night. The House Committee on Good Governance previously requested the Department of Justice to urge the issuance of the lookout bulletin for the officials who had been absent from the multiple hearings related to the investigation. Based on findings commissioned on audit, this allowed over 73 million pesos of the OVP's funds for 2022, with most of this amount reportedly spent within just 11 days. The COA has required Duterte and the officials involved, including Acosta and Villa del Rey, to return the disallowed funds to the government, adding pressure to the ongoing investigation. The committee continues to seek testimonies from the remaining OVP officials as they pursue this matter. In other story, lawmaker Percival Sendania has introduced a bill aimed at prohibiting the controversial tokhang approach and other harsh tactics used during the former President Rodrigo Duterte's anti-drug campaign that claimed thousands of lives. House Bill number 11004, or the Proposed Public Health Approach to Drug Use Act of 2024, known as the Kian Bill, seeks to adopt humane methods to address drug-related issues, treating substance abuse as a health concern rather than a criminal one. This legislation is named after Kian Lloyd de los Santos, a 17-year-old victim of police violence during the anti-drug operations. Dos Santos was shot and killed by police on August 16, 2017, who was drug suspect, despite the subsequent investigations revealing he was unarmed and had been beaten before his death. Sendania Initiative reflects a call to prevent further tragedies like the Los Santoses, advocating for the protection of the rights of individuals implicated in drug-related offenses. In other news, military planes from the Philippine Air Force and the Indonesian National Armed Forces have delivered essential aid to remote communities in the Bicol region affected by recent typhoons. The Philippine Air Force transformed family food packs to the storm-hit island of Calaguas in Camarines Norte and Butuanan in Camarines Sur. Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo, Philippine Air Force spokesperson, confirmed that the food packs were airlifted to support those impacted by a severe tropical storm, Christine. This collaborative mission highlights the Philippine Air Force's commitment to assist communities suffering the after effects of severe Typhoon Christine. And in the news outside the country, the United Nations is concerned about life-saving aid for thousands in need across Gaza due to limited humanitarian access. According to Chief of Communications in Palestine, Jonathan Cricks, the humanitarian access restrictions have affected over 3,000 children suffering from acute malnutrition and be unable to receive treatment if the supplies cannot be distributed. The entry of the said aid is limited to the areas of Jabalia, Beit Lahia, and Beit Lanuhanun. The Palestinian Minister of Health reveals the recent data that more than 14,000 children have been reportedly killed and thousands are injured amidst the conflict in Gaza. And finally, in the news outside the country, the death toll in Lebanon rises over 3,000 due to the ongoing Israel-Hezbollah conflict spanning 13 months. According to Health Ministry, more than double the number of people were killed since their last major war 2 decades ago. The Israel military continues the operations against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon and Syria, while Hezbollah maintains rocket attacks in northern Israel. The Lebanese Health Ministry said that the attacks on Sunday killed 16 people and injured 90 individuals. That adds to the death toll to 3,002. Meanwhile, in Israel, 72 individuals have died due to Hezbollah attacks, which include the military personnel, and over 60,000 have been displaced. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break. November 6, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, LJ Lorejo and Tres Padilla. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduga Castillo. And under the supervision of our Acting Governor, Glenda Ombungao, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.